We're trying to move through something in real life, and sometimes we have to move through it slowly. It means two people are going to do this dance until it becomes less of a dance and becomes a little more martial, to then where it becomes, look, just try and hit me.
Kia ora, welcome to the Invisible Sensei podcast. This is a podcast about my experiences as a martial artist, as a student, as a teacher, as someone who from time to time has stubbed their toes on the problems of the world and kind of gone, what am I doing this for? Please take time to check out the link in the description. It will take you to our YouTube channel and also to our profiles on social media, which you're most welcome to check out and contact us on. We also have a wonderful merch shop where you can grab cups and a couple of other things if you're wanting to support the podcast, or if you're wanting to support it more directly, we have a link that you can do that also. Either way, enjoy the podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in, and keep training, keep smiling, keep enjoying, and most importantly, keep developing.
I know you're going to be able to take a fall or take whatever I'm going to deal out, even if you don't know what's going to happen. But in Aikido, you look at the demonstration, you know what's going to happen. So it's best, it's like, okay, I've got to provide. I'm trying to provide something so that you can learn the best way to do the technique. And of course, you're going to, however way you provide it is going to give lessons. I'm not providing it in the best way because I'm a little stiff. And I didn't know I could bend my elbow. No, yeah, you can bend your elbow. Why wouldn't you be able to bend your elbow, right? Don't bend your elbow, you push yourself away. Bend your elbow, I can come in. So all of these things, we're learning about our own body and how we can best move. And I think that helps. That helps for our longevity. Not only longevity in life, but longevity in the martial arts too. I just was reading this article about seniors, as I point to myself, in the martial arts. How do we get there? How do we stay there, right? Well, first you realize you're not 20 anymore, and you learn how to train. You train smarter, but it doesn't mean you stop training. And through that training, you enhance your life in some ways. Am I still achy and sore sometimes when I get up in the morning? Yeah. But after a couple hours and a cup of coffee, I'm okay, right? It doesn't stay with me all day long like it might if I didn't do anything. But, I've got my martial arts, and I do the best I can. And sometimes I push the limit a little bit too much and I pay for it. But you know what? I'm grateful that I can push the envelope, deal with the ramifications of pushing that envelope, which is, I don't feel so good for the couple of days after that 3-day workshop, but I sure did have a lot of fun at that 3-day workshop. And you know what? I'll take a couple of painkillers and, I'll rest and relax and recover. And, but I'm grateful that I was able to do that rather than going, I can't do that anymore. Or I'm going to go and watch and just stand on the sidelines and wish I could do that. Right. 69 in a few weeks. I want to be able to still have this conversation 10 years from now. 79, yeah, I can still take a forward roll. It takes me a little while getting up. Takes me a little while getting up now, but it takes me a little while longer getting up. But, Satomi Sensei, he'll still take a forward roll. And he lands on his back and he just looks up and he goes, oh, I can still do it, right? He doesn't do this like he did when he was 25 or 30, but, he's 85. He can still do it. That's my goal.
Sensei, you've actually answered almost every question that I had. I had some sort of historical things, but I think where the direction in which you've taken it is so very interesting. So what I'm going to ask as a final question And then I hope that you'll stay on the request. You'll stay on for a bit so I can ask you some more questions offline. What would you like your Aikido to mean for you? If people are coming to your dojo, what does your personal expression of Aikido mean to you, and how do you express that within your life and within your students?
Ooh, so when people come to my dojo, I want them to experience Aikido as a life transformative experience, an experience of, self-discovery, self-realization, self-improvement, things that will help them walk through life and movements that can keep them from harm. That's what I tell people. I'm going to teach you movements that'll keep you from harm. I'm not going to teach you movements to fight. I'm not teaching you how to fight. You'll have movements that'll keep you from harm. Maybe that movement is how to fall down safely. That'll certainly keep you from harm. I don't philosophize. I don't spout philosophy. Get my words mixed up. A lot on the mat. And I think I don't talk a lot about it because I have so much to work on myself. And I know I have so much to work on myself. I'm much better than I possibly could have been if I wasn't that, if that unmotivated child of the 60s hadn't walked into the dojo. I know that that person had lots of things that needed to change. And it took years to change some of those things. And I'm grateful that Aikido helped me to do that. But I want people to come in and experience something that will help to guide them in their life. And, and that's, again, it's not a perfect world. And I probably mess up more than I want to admit. And, sometimes you mess up with the people that are closest to you. I don't know why that is, but you're sometimes always on your best behavior with somebody that you hardly know, but somebody that you really know, the dark spirit sometimes can emerge or so. If I didn't have Aikido to help me reset that, I think that would be a terrible thing. And that's what I want to instill in my students, that kind of a feeling. I want to pass on what my teachers giving me, and in my small way, try to pass on O Sensei's vision of making the world one family. Right? Aikido is not to defeat an enemy; it's to make the world one family. It's a big thing to do, but if you can do it within your small little circle, then it's better. Or people can come into your dojo and experience it and leave. If they leave, that they bring some of that with them. That, how can I continue to do my part to make things better rather than the opposite? Did I answer the question?
Perfectly.